Hi, it is Thursday morning, 17th of August. This channel is Drips Media, and I will be covering financial news from New York stock exchanges before markets open. The regular trading for the U.S. stock market opens at 9:30 a.m. My name is Daniela Drips. I will be quickly covering yesterday's closing data, main indexes, and the key companies. Please follow us online. Hi, it is Thursday morning, 22nd of August. This channel is Drips Media, and I will be covering financial news from New York stock exchanges before markets open. The regular trading for the U.S. stock market opens at 9:30 a.m. My name is Daniela Drips. I will be quickly covering yesterday's closing data, main indexes, and the key companies. Please follow us online.
Good morning. This is Drips Media, lid from New York. Drips Media, the revolutionary digital service that transforms the way you stay informed. With Drips Media, you get real-time news delivered in dynamic short video clips, keeping you updated on the latest headlines as they happen. Our cutting-edge technology curates and condenses top stories. Whether you're on the go or just need a quick update, Drips News ensures you're always in the know, effortlessly. Stay connected, stay informed, and experience news like never before with Drips News.
All three major indices ended the trading day in positive territory, reversing a one-day losing streak. The Dow Jones Industrial Average closed at 40,890.5, marking a 0.1% increase. The S&P 500 index gained 0.4%, finishing the day at 5,620.9. The tech-heavy NASDAQ composite outperformed the other two, closing at 17,919.0, a 0.6% gain for the day. We'll delve deeper into these market movements and analyze the factors contributing to this turnaround after the break. Was this a technical rebound, or are investors signaling renewed confidence in the market? We'll hear from our expert panel for their insights and predictions for the days ahead. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the show. Before the break, we talked about the positive performance of the major indices. Let's take a closer look at some of the tech giants that influence these market movements. Apple, a bellwether for the tech sector, saw its shares close slightly lower at $226.40, a 0.1% dip, reversing its previous day's gains. Meanwhile, Google's parent company, Alphabet, experienced a more pronounced decline, with its shares falling by 0.8% to close at $165.90. This downturn halted a four-day winning streak for the tech giant. Microsoft, another heavyweight in the tech industry, also faced headwinds, with its shares closing at $424.10, a 0.2% decrease, snapping a two-day winning streak. These slight pullbacks in tech stocks could be interpreted in a couple of ways. They could be a natural breather after recent gains, allowing investors to consolidate their positions. Alternatively, they might reflect broader market uncertainty, prompting investors to take a more cautious approach. However, it wasn't all doom and gloom in the tech sector. Amazon bucked the trend, with its shares climbing 0.5% to close at $174.20, extending its winning streak to a fifth consecutive day. This positive movement contributed to the company's impressive month-to-date gains of 2.1%. Looking at Apple's performance over the past 10 days, we see 7 days of gains, highlighting the stock's overall upward trajectory despite yesterday's minor dip. This suggests that the recent pullback might be a temporary pause rather than a sign of a significant reversal. So, are these mixed signals from the tech sector a cause for concern, or are they simply part of the natural ebb and flow of the market? We'll continue to monitor these developments closely and bring you the latest analysis and insights. Now, let's shift our attention to some other notable players in the tech space. Amazon continued its upward trajectory, with shares closing at $180.10, a 0.7% increase. This marks the third consecutive day of gains for the e-commerce giant. Meta Platforms, the parent company of Facebook, also had a strong showing, with its shares surging by 1.6% to close at $535.20. This positive performance helped Meta reverse the previous day's losses. Chipmaker Nvidia also rebounded from a previous day dip, closing at $128.50, a 0.9% gain. This suggests that investors are regaining confidence in the semiconductor giant's growth prospects. Tesla, a major player in the electric vehicle market, saw its shares close at $251.40, reflecting a 0.5% increase. This positive movement marks the sixth consecutive day of gains for Tesla, contributing to its impressive 1.8% gain over the past 5 days. Netflix, the streaming giant, experienced a slight setback, with its shares closing at $520.80, a 0.3% dip. This ends a 2-day winning streak for Netflix, but the company has still seen a 1.1% increase in its stock price over the past month. Lastly, let's look at Meta Platforms. The company's shares closed at $535.20, a 1.6% increase, reversing the previous day's losses. This positive performance is indicative of Meta's strong month-to-date performance, with a 12.7% increase in its stock price. Over the past 10 days, Meta has seen gains on 5 separate occasions. These mixed results from various tech companies highlight the dynamic nature of the sector. While some companies are experiencing strong upward momentum, others are facing temporary setbacks. Now, turning our attention to the financial sector, we saw a mixed bag of results. Bank of America ended the day at $38.80, a slight increase of 0.2%, reversing the previous day's losses. Similarly, JP Morgan edged up by 0.04% to close at $214.60, also bouncing back from a previous day dip. However, not all financial institutions enjoyed the same positive momentum. American Express saw its shares drop by 2.7% to finish at $246.30, marking 2 consecutive days of losses. MasterCard also experienced a downturn, with its shares slipping by 0.2% to close at $468, ending a 1-day streak of gains. Morgan Stanley shares closed at $100.70, down 0.1%, continuing a 2-day losing streak for the investment bank. Meanwhile, Visa bucked the trend, with its shares rising by 0.1% to close at $268.20, marking 2 consecutive days of gains for the payments processing giant. These varied performances within the financial sector suggest a degree of uncertainty among investors. While some banks benefited from the positive market sentiment, others faced headwinds, potentially reflecting concerns about specific areas within the financial industry. Let's break down the performance of Bank of America. The banking giant closed at $38.80, a modest gain of 0.2% for the day, effectively reversing the previous day's losses. However, zooming out a bit, we see the stock is down 0.2% over the past 5 days and a substantial 3.9% for the month. Despite these recent dips, Bank of America's stock is still boasting a 17% gain since the start of the year. It's also worth noting that Bank of America has experienced gains on 7 of the last 10 trading days, suggesting some underlying resilience in its stock price. This mixed picture for Bank of America underscores the complexities of the current market environment, where short-term fluctuations may not necessarily reflect the longer-term outlook. That brings us to the volatile world of cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin, the world's largest cryptocurrency by market cap, closed at $60,648.40, a significant jump of 2.8%. This impressive surge allowed Bitcoin to break free from its previous day's losses. Meanwhile, Dogecoin, often considered the meme coin, continued its upward trajectory, closing at 10 cents, a 2.4% increase. This marks 3 consecutive days of gains for Dogecoin, indicating growing investor interest. Ethereum, the second largest cryptocurrency, also rebounded from previous losses, closing at $2,620.30, a gain of 1.8%. This positive performance suggests that Ethereum might be regaining its footing after a period of volatility. The surge in Bitcoin's price is noteworthy, especially considering its recent struggles. Despite a 6.1% dip in its value this month, the cryptocurrency has shown resilience over the past 5 days, gaining almost 3%. However, zooming out to a wider lens reveals that Bitcoin has experienced gains on only 5 out of the last 10 trading days, highlighting the volatility that continues to define the cryptocurrency market. Shifting our focus to Dogecoin, the cryptocurrency closed at 10 cents, a solid 2.4% increase. This positive momentum marks 3 consecutive days of gains for Dogecoin, suggesting a potential resurgence in its popularity. Ethereum, another major player in the crypto space, closed at $2,620.30, reflecting a 1.8% gain. This upswing allowed Ethereum to break free from its previous day's losses, offering a glimmer of hope for investors after a period of uncertainty.